Finally, the House of Representatives has somebody with the guts to implement real budget deficit reform. Finally, somebody in the House understands the dire necessity of entitlement reform, especially when it comes to Medicare and Medicaid. And, as expected, he is a Republican and he is being demagogued to death by the Democrats in Congress. But no matter what criticisms the left will offer in this situation, the man is doing the right thing, solving the problem. His name is Paul Ryan. He represents the 1st District of Wisconsin in the House. Many people learned of Ryan for the first time when he offered a less than stellar Republican response to President Obama's State of the Union address back in February. But not to say that his ideas are less than stellar, but he didn't really give specifics about how he was going to help the country get back on the right path. As somebody who knew a lot about Ryan and his superb knowledge of government finance and the budget, it was disappointing that Republican response, but I still knew he had the ability to help. If I hadn't known this, I wouldn't have been convinced. Ryan didn't offer specifics, so why should I have hope? Now he does. Now he's crafted brilliance, and now it's time to implement it. Ryan's proposal will not only tackle government spending, but the crucial budget deficit and the national debt. Of course, all these issues need to be addressed, yet nobody has offered solutions for them until now. It's probably because both parties can share a good chunk of the blame for the current spending, deficit, and debt problem in which we find ourselves. Government spending is through the roof. The national budget deficit is over $1.7 trillion. The national debt is a whopping $14 trillion, up from $9 trillion since Obama took office. Republicans won't offer enough cuts, while clueless Democrats don't believe there is a budget problem. Enter Paul Ryan. After taking over the chairman's position in the House Budget Committee, Ryan has finally introduced his plan to tackle all these issues. Ryan's plan implements massive entitlement reform when it comes to Medicare and Medicaid. Since Social Security is an extremely complicated and touchy issue, he has for the most part left it alone for now. He has proposed a reduction in spending to 2008 levels with a 5-year freeze ensuring no increase. The bill also implements a lot of welfare reform, so there are too many people in this country that live off welfare. Obviously, some of them need welfare as a means of getting by while in between jobs. But there are a lot of people who use the welfare system as a way of life. That's something that needs to stop, and Ryan's plan addresses that issue. His plans for Medicare and Medicaid are fantastic. For Medicare, starting in 2022, recipients will be able to choose from different plans, as opposed to the one-size-fits-all plan that is currently in place. The reason this works is because people will be contributing a certain amount depending on the plan they choose. The government won't disappear, but people will wisely choose a plan that suits them, as opposed to a costly plan they don't need, as does the current system. For Medicaid, more freedom is given to the states who can handle specific cases much better than the federal government. Again, states would create options for Medicaid patients, spending will be reduced, and people will have plans that are right for them. Of course, now Democrats, who can't seem to offer solutions to the government spending, the deficit, or the debt, see this as a perfect opportunity to lie to the people. They're going around now saying Ryan is going to take away Medicare from seniors, which is not true. This bill exempts people who are 55 and older. They will be guaranteed the same great coverage that the current system provides. Yet Chris Van Hollen and Harry Reid in the Senate are leading the charge against the proposal, Van Hollen, the Democratic representative from Maryland, but these two have no solutions of their own, and they still can't understand why Democrats were whipped in the 2010 elections. The best part of this plan, though, is what it does to government spending, the budget deficit and the national debt. Over the next 10 years, government spending will be cut by $6.2 trillion. The budget deficit, which now stands around $1.7 trillion, will be reduced by $4.4 trillion. Not only that, but this bill will combat the national debt and begin to pay it off by the trillions as well. Sorry, Democrats, but this is reform. This is the change we need with the election of President Obama. We got the opposite when we elected him. The inaction of the left, their refusal to cooperate with the Republicans, and their constant demagoguery will only allow the Republicans to continue gaining popularity. American people are not stupid. They will see this proposal, understand its implications, and throw their support in it. Well done, Congressman Ryan.